Welcome back to another episode in the Business English series of the Jane and Joe podcast.
Hello, Jane. I am very excited today. Sometimes when I am in a meeting, I feel lost. I do not understand what people say.
That is very common, Joe, even for native speakers. Today, we will learn how to ask for clarification. This means asking someone to explain something again so you can understand it better.
That is exactly what I need. I want to feel confident when I ask questions at work.
Great! Let's start with our first phrase. The simplest one is, could you repeat that? Repeat is a verb. It means to say something again. For example, if your boss gives a date too fast, you say, could you repeat that?
Could you repeat that? Okay, I like it. It is simple. Can I use it with my friends too?
Yes, you can. But in business, we often add polite to be polite. Could you repeat that, please? Another great phrase is, I am sorry, I did not catch that. Catch is a verb here. It does not mean catching a ball. It means hearing or understanding.
I did not catch that. That sounds very natural. So if the room is noisy, I can say, I am sorry, I did not catch that.
Exactly. Now, sometimes people speak too fast. Our third phrase is, could you speak a bit slower? Slower is an adjective. It is the opposite of faster. This helps you hear every word.
Could you speak a bit slower? That is very useful for me. Sometimes my manager speaks like a race car.
I understand. Our fourth phrase is for when you understand the words but not the meaning. You can ask, what do you mean by that? Mean is a verb. It asks for the definition or the idea.
What do you mean by that? For example, if someone says the project is a low priority and I do not know what priority means, I ask that?
Yes. You can also say, what do you mean by low priority? It is very specific. Now let's look at a bigger word, clarify. Our fifth phrase is, could you clarify that point? Clarify is a verb. It means to make something clear or easy to understand.
Clarify. Could you clarify that point? It sounds very professional, Jane. I feel like a real businessman now.
You are doing great. Our sixth phrase is used to check your understanding. You say, let me see if I understand. Then you repeat what you think they said in your own words. This is very good for avoiding mistakes.
That is very helpful. Sometimes I hear the words, but I need to hear the whole explanation one more time. What can I say then?
In that case, you can say, could you go over that again? To go over something means to review or repeat an explanation from the start.
Could you go over that again? I like that. It sounds like we are looking at the information together.
Exactly. Now, what if the words are too difficult? You can ask, could you explain that in a simpler way? Simpler is the opposite of more complex.
Could you explain that in a simpler way? That is perfect for when people use big business words that I do not know yet.
Exactly. It shows you are listening and want to learn. Now, let's practice some sentence patterns to make your English sound even better.
Let me see if I understand. So I summarize the information? Like, let me see if I understand. The meeting is on Friday?
Perfect. You used it correctly. Now, let's practice some sentence patterns. These are like templates, they're your questions. Pattern 1. I am not sure I follow. This is a polite way to say you are confused. Follow here means to understand the logic.
I am not sure I follow. I say this a lot in my head. Now I can say it out loud.
Yes. Pattern 2 is, just to be clear, are you saying? You use this to confirm a specific detail. For example, just to be clear, are you saying the budget is finished?
Just to be clear, are you saying we have no more money? That is a scary sentence.
I hope not. Pattern 3 is, can you give me an example? Sometimes abstract ideas are hard. An example makes it real. For example, can you give me an example of a good marketing plan?
Can you give me an example? I like this because examples help me learn fast.
Me too. Now, Joe, let's do a role play. I am your manager. We are talking about a new project. You must use at least 5 phrases we learned today. Are you ready?
I am ready. Let's try.
Okay, Joe. The new project needs to be finalized by the end of the month, and we must optimize all the digital assets immediately.
I am sorry, I did not catch that. Could you repeat that, please?
Of course. We need to finish the project this month. We also need to optimize our digital assets.
I am not sure I follow. What do you mean by digital assets?
Digital assets are things like our website photos, our videos, and our social media pages.
I see. Could you clarify the point about the deadline? Is it exactly on the 31st?
Yes, the 31st is the last day. Also, please work faster.
Wait, could you speak a bit slower? My English is still improving.
Sorry, Joe. I will speak slowly. We need to finish by the end of the month.
Okay, let me see if I understand. I need to finish the website and social media work by the end of this month. Is that right?
Perfect, Joe. You used all the phrases. How do you feel?
I feel much better. Using these phrases makes the conversation easier. I do not feel stressed.
That is the goal. Remember, asking for clarification is a sign of a good worker. It shows you want to do the job correctly. Let's recap what we learned today.
Yes, we learned, could you repeat that? And I did not catch that. These are for when we miss the words.
Correct. And we learned, could you speak a bit slower, for when people speak too fast. We also learned the verb clarify. Could you clarify that point?
And my favorite, what do you mean by that? And let me see if I understand. These help me check the meaning.
Excellent. We also talked about sentence patterns, like, I am not sure I follow, and can you give me an example? Using examples is a great way to learn business concepts.
Thank you, Jane. This was very helpful. I will use these phrases in my meeting tomorrow.
You are welcome, Joe. Good luck. To our listeners, practice these phrases every day. Do not be afraid to ask questions. See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep learning.